Hey, what's going on? Welcome to 15 Minutes with Dad, your go-to destination for all things fatherhood. I'm your host, Lirec Williams, here to guide you through our incredible lineup. I want you to know that this is a platform for the family, and let me tell you why. We have a father-daughter podcast, we have a heartfelt healing series, an engaging fatherhood speaks panel, and our newest edition, Dad's Lighthouse, where we shine a light on mental health, family development, and mindset empowerment, and that part is premiering on May 3rd, my birthday. If you are on a quest to transform your fatherhood journey, dive into my new book, Man Up From Our Trauma to Being Impactful Fathers. It's packed with insights and stories to inspire and empower you. But that's not all. Make sure you join our vibrant Discord community and connect with fellow dads on a deeper level. Make sure you join our newsletter at 15minuteswithdad.com. You will be able to find our book on amazon.com as well as at 15minuteswithdad.com/man up. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube to watch our video podcast. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at 15 Minutes with Dad. I hope you're ready to dive into today's episode. Again, thank you for joining me. Welcome to 15 Minutes with Dad.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to 15 Minutes with Dad, where we support connected and power fathers all around the globe. I am your host, Lirec, and this is another episode of the Healing Series. Today, I am healing with a very special person, a mother. How are you? You doing good? She called Lisa in the streets, don't play with her. Right one? Lisa B, don't play with her. But we're going to get into a deep conversation surrounded around healing, family, love, and we're going to hear my mother's story for the first time. So a lot of this I'm going to hear for the very first time along with you guys, so you're going to see my very raw reactions. But make sure that you like, subscribe, and share this with anybody you feel would enjoy this video. Let's get into it. Welcome back to 15 Minutes with Dad. I have here my beautiful mom, and we're going to get into some healing. You ready? This your first time?
Yeah.
The first time telling your story to
Yeah.
just like tell it to the world, really.
You can see the rock.
And the reason why I wanted to bring my mother on, because a part of her healing is also my healing as we work through these generational things that has taken place from her parents, my grandparents, and how it impacted me as well. So her healing is also part of my healing. And so I thought we'd do it together and have a beautiful conversation about it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So, let's get started. Let's start from a foundational point. From when I was about. You had me at about 14. Lay out that foundation. Lay out that environment.
Okay. I'm confident in myself. It was early 80s, so it's a crime epidemic. My dad got on red one bag. Right out hands on me. Shortly after that, I was ready. Okay. It was, for me, I don't know if it was just like a lesson of strength, because I never, for me, it got normal bad. It's like, well, I'm able to survive. But when I look back, I'm like, I really went to that. Well, I really did that. That power crushed somebody else.
Yeah. So that's to clarify for those who aren't of the diaspora. Let me explain. Those period of time back in the 80s, there was crack was thrown, or coke was thrown into black and brown neighborhoods, and essentially the hope was that it was when we were going to have guns and we were going to kill ourselves, get drugged up, kill ourselves, but it backfired on the government as a whole. And there were some people that were users, and then there were some people that were using it to come up in with. And so our family had a split of the two. And so when it comes to, you said like grandma was on it and heavily using it, and everything that comes along with someone who's using it was an experience that you grew up in. You were dealing with that from an early age, right? Because I know you're part of
only
it,
child.
and you were the only child.
So I had nobody to share all that. Wait, so a lot of it, I just suppressed it. I just got through it. Just get through it.
Yeah, the day-to-day kind of thing.
Yeah, then it became like a lifestyle to where, okay, I gotta make some money.
Yeah.
Got 2 kids now. I'm still not over this job. I gotta make him.
That was people just giving you stuff to do stuff with.
What is people that was teaching me things.
Yeah.
It was, I wouldn't say to give me anything because at that time, your dad was in the streets. I didn't really too much have to do anything once me and your dad got together because he took care of us, but it was, but once you get into it, jail, but then, and you went to jail, but left me.
And how old were you?
This time, I had to be like 16 because I had trained at 16. And he went to jail a month or 2 after Drake was born.
So that was like, so by the age of 16, you had 3 children. And you had Tony recalculated. You had 13 and you got turned 14 right after the hours.
Yeah, a month after. I had 13 months later, I mean.
And so you got pregnant at 12.
Yeah, no. No. It's 12 months.
Oh, you was, I mean, 9 months, 9 holiday, 9 months before that, it was in something, I mean.
Skin school and stuff.
I turned 13.
Yeah, doing everything I'm supposed to be.
And Tony's dad is a whole other story. I don't even want to get into that.
Yeah.
But
Baby daddy in middle school, I had a baby daddy that was 18 years old already.
a grown man.
Well, me.
And there was I only have some pieces of stories in my head, so that's why I'm guiding. Give me your layout on that. So essentially, that was drugs, alcohol surrounding your life. You're trying to figure out a way to survive as a teenager and no guidance.
But coming up, honestly, I was coming up younger. My mom was alcoholic.
Yeah.
My dad was alcoholic.
Yeah.
Grandpa was alcoholic. Grandmother was alcoholic. Like, yeah. It was, everybody was always drinking.
Nobody really not.
Nobody took the time to really. I had a couple of aunties when I was younger, going through the trauma and the abuse with my mom. Middle school, got elementary, all that kind of stuff. I had a couple of aunties that would step in. Okay, well, let them stay with me for a while. But stay with them for a minute and stay with my grandmother. They'll stay with my dad or my mom on my dad's side. It was just like,
Bouncing every
here. Yeah. And I don't think nobody, they was giving me a place to stay, but they wasn't giving me the social.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't stay. I didn't, it was like, she was a girl. Yeah, she's a girl. She respectable. Because through all of it, I was still respectful.
Right.
I'm still respectful. But no, I can't call him a person that ever had a college conversation.
Right. And then to even dive into how that impact, because I've been talking about borderline personality disorder, like all these different terminologies throughout the podcast, and like how mental health, but essentially you felt a sense of abandonment from not being able to be taken care of by the people that birthed you. And that at that age, it could resonate as anything. Like, it could resonate as, oh, I'm worthless, or people don't really, I'm not lovable.
And then it's crazy because it didn't do that to me.
What did it do?
It made me feel like that. I paid a lot of attention, and I just immediately learned that that's the case.
Mm-hmm.
You make sure okay. Because the people that are supposed to make sure you're okay, they're doing their own lives, and they're not even making sure that they're okay. But around that time, my dad, my dad is always around. My mom was very good work. So he was on the street, like I'm still in cabin. I was. So he would come But it was just, I never had.
Them people together.
Yeah, me and my son met some people together while she was fighting and broke his hand. And the fight became unfair and they wanted to make. Okay,
Yeah.
but it was, I don't think, to be honest, and today, the way that everybody is today, I'm surprised today, they would be,
I don't think so.
they were, yeah, they're not covering the same cloth at all.
I realized this over time when you were waiting out for death. The son I had to, I started making all these together. I was like, the reason why, like, the mom that I have today is the mom that I have today because we got all these stars. Of all these people that either said they love you or said that they care about you and gave you some, they all wanted something in return from it. And at some point, you became so used to it that it was like, all right, so what you want?
Swap most one.
You know, what is this?
You just swap most one.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to tell you a story. That's the process that I got in, and I had resentment for you a lot of my life. And it wasn't because of what you did, it was because of you weren't there. And I told Trey something 2 days ago, 2 days ago. I told Trey something that, like, it blew my mind when I said it, because I was like, oh crap. He was saying, like, man, how hear this? Because I remember stuff like detail always fine. So it was like, I remember it vividly. And I was like, laying out all these different memories of different events that took place. And Trey was like, how? I don't remember happening. Like, he remembers, like, when he lived with us, when he lived with you. He doesn't remember much of me living with grandma's short, but I told him, I was like, you had Liz to comfort you whenever something got bad. If grandma treated you bad, Liz would come for you and support you, make sure nothing happens to you. But I was like, no one, I didn't have anybody to do it. It was just her. It was just whatever she was able to give me, it was a heap of dope for there. Like the abuse that I would receive from her, it was acceptable. And so the impact of her abusiveness to me was different than them because they were protected by something like Roman Fair. They look what you do your life. You treat down, why you treat me, these kids like that. But for me, I didn't feel that for a huge part of my life. I don't think I felt it until probably moving back as I used to. And that's not like to say that you hurt your feelings or anything, but that's the thing that I told you. I was like, I was impacted so much from her because I didn't have anybody. Except CPS. When the teachers would call CPS, and now we work on the teachers call CPS, and we're seeing one system. Who's that? But let's get back. So make the connection. How the atmosphere that you grew up in, and it connected me to like.
Oh, I forgot.
Sorry.
Like my dad.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. So before you leave, you been here, your daddy gave you.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm like, that's your baby daddy.
You're right, that's true.
Why you mad at me?
And that's why, like, everything she parented from her childhood. And I love her with all my heart, but she was perfect in my life. Even though I went through all that, all the way until she passed. A year or two after she passed, she was absolutely perfect. But it didn't start so much else. To rent to all the different people that interacted with her in the early years before I came around. And I started really learning on who she was. That's what kind of sent me on the journey of that girl.
She was the boy girl with me. When I seen her when she came through, jump on the pool, she be dancing, she be loud, she just jamming. I'd be so happy that I know it's going to she gonna be able to take me to the movies, take me to James Goody Island and to the Metropolitan there in downtown. And she's got her clothes tailor-made. And she's the model and stuff, right? So she got her clothes tailor-made. So we go to the tailor. I'm sitting there watching her clothes tailor-made. Like, I brought into let me back out there, models. So it was just moments and then the different relationships that I had to go with her, with them, the different relationships, whatever. It triggered on me because it's a lot of things that I've seen that I've looked at and I've read to report now that I've been realized like I've been the same thing. It is normal for me And all the men be around in different houses, he was a year, moving to the state. I'm so tired of moving. I mean, like, just move me out the place. It's damn shit moving.
Oh my gosh. Every year.
But for me, it was about, it never bothered me because that's all I did. I went to over 15 elementaries.
I knew it was crazy when I was involved when she was in 8th grade. I knew that's when I stopped moving and stopped doing the moving. I stayed in Vegas. Because in 9th grade I went to Fordham High School. It was because it was because I was with my grandma and I moved with you and then I moved to that school and then you moved and that place. So it was all that. But so let's dive deeper into because I know you've been hurt of. And what is like one of the most traumatic experiences that you believe that or that you've had in your life? And I know it's quite a bit because you've had the most memorable or most impactful part of trauma that you experienced.
I can remember the first major. There's two really traumatic things because it set me inspired in some type of way. My mom, after my dad, her second husband, him raping me and doing all that kind of stuff to me. And it was hurtful that I never seen her to jail for it. I never seen her.
Did she stay with him?
For a little bit, till she got away from me. Because I think she was scared as well. Mm-hmm. Oh, but my mom told they came and got me. It was like 4 or 5. We had to jump gates. We was jumping in. Because my girl actually lived like 2 streets over, or 1 street over from where we stayed with him and his mom. And I remember my aunties coming to get me, running to come to get me, jumping gates, and we want to get her. They wouldn't leave me down there. My mom would work, she was working, and he would keep. And so I never got over it. I never saved my girls around my mom, her Godfrey's, Miriam's, or nothing. One night, like, I'm not spending the night. Oh, they can't spend the night. Oh, they spending the night. Because I was feel like you didn't even protect me.
Yeah.
Let this happen to my two.
Yeah.
You didn't protect me. And I held it against my mom for a while. I never got over it.
I know. I remember y'all fighting. I remember y'all when we first moved back to Houston, there was like a big brawl.
That's what I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to tell her about how her actions and how she lived her life with me impacted me. And she didn't want to talk about it.
Mm. So you never got to have this kind of conversation?
Yes, and I cried about it. Maybe, I don't know, it was a bad shit. I felt bad because I was never able to, like you sit back and you analyze and you think, okay, this will cause it. I never thought about my grandma. She was a boy girl too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, my mom was giving me, I don't know what she knew to.
Yeah.
She wasn't taught. It was a lot of, and she was saying, oh, it was good. So she wasn't giving the tools against me. And I was so hurt that I never got a chance to think about it. Where was she in her life at that time? On what was making her, what was going on with her? And I never got a chance to get the conversation because I saw so sick because I wanted to forgive me.
Hey, what's going on to all my dads out there? A quick pause on our fantastic journey today to share something special with you. If you've been enjoying the insights, stories, and dad wisdom we dive into every episode, then you're going to love this. I've poured my heart, soul, and a whole lot of dad experience into my book, Man Up, From Our Trauma to Being Impactful Fathers. It's not just a book. It's a self-help guide. It's a companion for every dad out there looking to strengthen their bond with their kids, navigate the challenges of trauma, fatherhood, and discover new ways to find joy in the most ordinary moments. Inside, you will find stories, anecdotes about my life, practical advice, and those light bulb moments that you'll have to say, aha, so I'm not the only one. Whether you're a new dad, feeling a bit overwhelmed, or seasoned pro looking for fresh perspectives, Man Up, From Our Trauma to Being Impactful Fathers is your go-to guide for all things fatherhood. And because you are a valued listener of 15 Minutes with Dad, I've got a special offer just for you. Head over to 15minuteswithdad.com/manup and use the promo code DAD15 at checkout for an exclusive listener discount. But wait, it gets even better. When you grab your copy today, you'll also get access to a special bonus chapter that's not available anywhere else. It's my way of saying thank you for being a part of our Dadtastic community. All right, let's dive back into our episode.
Yeah. I think she had a hard time accepting or taking accountability for things. And I'm saying this from personal experience, like that because she didn't protect Tony Horton while living with him. And so I know for a fact that she received information of like times that events that happened to Tony, and she got mad, angry at Tony, and infuriated at Tony, and screaming at her profusely about what occurred. And I don't think that you would have gotten what you needed, especially if this was like way after that fight. This is way after. So either at the age of 53, I think she was 53 or 52, of Tony. She got information about it, or she read Tony's diary or something, and she called Tony and screaming at person and fighting all sorts of names. So I know you probably wouldn't have gotten whatever you thought you wouldn't have gotten, but it was a very intense fight.
Because I don't believe I was like, not need to talk. I need to talk to people. We need to talk. Sharing in a house, right?
Yep.
In a house, right? I said, Mama, I'm not leaving that stuff. And I think she walked in. And then when the video came back, I it was time to go. She didn't buy.
Yep.
She didn't feel stuff. She pushed me downstairs. Remember, she pushed me downstairs.
It was crazy, you know. And I felt that at that time, I think that you were really wanting to run on that reconciliation because we lived, right? Yeah. We really lived pretty close. So that was a great time for reconciliation. But again, I think her trauma feel is way deeper than we do. I think she's wanted to do this for a very long time. Now that I'm looking at back and thinking of her life choices when I was with her, she's definitely running for degrees. So let's go a little bit further. So we brought up, like, when I was born, your childhood, your earliest childhood. You said it was 2 moments. What was the 7?
6. Alfred Sweet, and then Sweet, as you know, about the more 20 days, how we regular. And I was told by an ex-boyfriend that Tony Day and give a wild movement to our things, whatever. He should give to why he was into him. He was sitting about how mom was, and I was school when he told it. And I just broke down. I never spoke walking. I walked in and got home. And my mom was way open as a curtains. The morning or she did. Yeah. Curtains closed, I was still around. It's the long and corner house. There's a sheet on the bed on the floor and baby in. And I just looked down. And at this point, Tony wasn't letting us probably 7 games, 6 to 9 months. She was maybe heroic. And I just passed the look, and I remember Mom being like peers. She stayed in this whatever. So I ran in out of here, and kept one facing back. And I stopped talking. Immediately, they shot me. Like, so I came out, and I walked straight out the door when I got to the front lot of the box. Somehow my mom ended up at the top of some guy. She was messing with in the parking lot. And I went out there, I was like, because at this point I got scared. Okay, I don't think I've done this too. I don't think so. So I walk up and I'm telling him like, I'm trying to say what's going on. So she called the ambulance. They took me to the hospital, put me stomach down, and then they asked me while I was in bed. They asked me, what are you trying to kill yourself? Getting out of there, getting out of one of those emotional academics. I was like, yeah. And they was like, what's wrong? What happened? What happened? She looked over and gone. I looked up at me. He said, next. I said, oh, mama, my daughter's boy. They sleep. They didn't sleep.
Yeah.
And it was like, a lot of this is that, yeah, told like a bunch of different events. And I'm thinking back and I'm like, I'm sure did.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I never thought that, but she did do this. It was like, I would start cracking my head. But they put me in analysis psychiatry. 12 books, analysis psychiatry.
It won't on you.
Yeah. Yep. So I get in there, and they wouldn't let my mom visit me because they do. That was what made me try to get suicide. And they wouldn't let. It was only my dad could come, and my grandpa, my mom couldn't come. Tony couldn't come. So they didn't know that. So when my grandmother came and they brought Tony up there to see me, and as I'm coming through the hall, they grabbed him. I'm like, oh, they pushed back. Like, what? So I'm freaking out. I'm throwing chairs now. Y'all been living to see my baby.
Yeah.
So I'm there throwing chairs down the hall.
Yeah.
They put me in the roll, in the little
Roll.
They hit me with the fence and the cord. I calmed down from there. I didn't get to see nobody. I got to see her, but I didn't get to hold her. Like, that's what kind of freaked me out because they started deporting us. So I'm starting to hit people chairs. So I'm like, nah, so now they think I'm crazy for real. What I don't want to do is hold my baby.
Yep.
You know? And after that, they had little events in there for the people that's in there. And I had talked to my dad. I was able to talk to my dad on the phone and say, what are you doing? I said, I told him, he's like, you stronger than that. You are stronger than that. He said, fuck them, fuck him, fuck her. That's just what he said. He said, you stronger than that. Ain't no way. He said, you don't ever think about it. We're going to take it. Right? He was on the phone talking to him, and he told me how to get out of there. He said, you tell them people, you're going to outpatient. Kid. There's nobody else but to tell me that. And then I'm stuck in there at his house.
Right.
So he was like, you kill me. So I played my way out the crazy house.
So you were 14 at this time?
Yeah.
In middle school?
Yeah.
If I'm putting the pieces together, you had somebody who were abusive to you, right? Because even though he was your boyfriend, you claimed him as your boyfriend, he was abusive.
Oh, he was definitely abusive.
Right. And what's funny is, so yesterday, the other day, I talked to my dad and I, and we were like going through a time when I had to stop because he had his perspective on it. And I was like, so let's to be you 100% completely. And we got all the way into the recent time of how Tony is Tony dad. He has a pattern. And the pattern was mom, daughter. And that's literally his pattern throughout his entire life.
Tony dad, yeah.
Yeah, through his entire life, all the way to his demise today. And it was, what I'm just saying is, you're not going to
It's my baby daddy.
Nah, you don't believe it. You don't believe it. But he has a vicious pattern that started with you. But it is the starting point of, not a starting point, but a catalyst of the trauma that exists in our family and the separation that we had, the starting with this thing. And it didn't hit me until we went through this lineage and they started, he did this and he got this person, he did this to this person, and even this person came out of this, and I have the information I had about it. Do you have a pattern? Nobody's ever talking. Tell me close about it, no. But I'm like, that's when I'm like, it made it very heavy on me yesterday that I was like, this man had a catalytic effect on our family dynamic. With whether it's him and drugs, him and his taste for kids, and having the mother and the daughter dynamic and trying to separate them and keep like all this. And so that's the pattern I connected. I wanted to bring it up to you to see what you thought about that. Am I true? Am I right with it? Or is it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Did on. Yeah, I don't know. And I think he does that because you can't control where it won't be.
Yeah.
So he would prefer you get the mom and then you get him to the door, but it is like using different things and different methods to keep close to them.
Where?
At least we got her feeling like she's sexing with her mom, so she feeling herself. It's different stuff, and that's how we get to those girls. I feel bad because I guess I'm the first one.
Yeah.
So by proof I am. I'm concerned when I was in his dad. I'm like, hey, I'm bringing down my boy, he's older, you know. Feeling myself, I mean, want me attention. That's what be really work, because it's time like I say, it's cracking and it's longer than happening. All that. I feel like my mom should stop there.
Yeah.
But instead she didn't know we. But now, like, why?
Right.
I feel she should have something. I didn't want this way like somebody should have said. I really don't. Because at that time, they began and be like, case in jail like this and that. But it never came up about her. I said, your ass in jail, boy. It never came up. It was just a silly after she freaked out, she found out really, she freaked out, whatever. And she was talking when she physically stuff to. So I had to go say, my God. I was like, I'm not saying they want me to be my whole reason, so I had to go.
Yes.
So I was leaving my grandmother. And it was just, and I guess that's when he got close. So I haven't been able to leave the city, one laundry, helping the hand out much.
Yeah. Dad mentioned that he was like, he came home for a little hiatus. He's like, he was told that grandma was his girlfriend. And that like he thought that the little girl was like you and then Tony was grandma's kids. And then he found out that was the case. That it was opposite that, you know, he had like the gut reaction. What if this is what you got to compare your time? But he didn't stop.
Out there, the same age.
Didn't trade, real.
Wait a minute.
He said Tony was like, yeah, he said Tony was 7 years older than me. How old is Tony? He said Tony is 7 years, Tony is 7 years older than me.
No, because your dad's on the he's open deep. I was 13 and well, 5 years older than me. So it was 18, and I'm 13. So he's 5 years older than me. So,
yeah, so hopefully,
you know,
most
I'm fine. But what it is, it happened. And honestly, on the cool, they are all y'all both beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I took everything that they made to me and I stopped board on my bag and I took it with me to where, okay, I know it's when I see it.
Yeah.
It's been done me. I know I've been in a long relationship since I was 13 years old. I know when I see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's, now it's,
I don't think.
now y'all treating me.
Yeah.
Y'all treating me as a monster. I deal with me.
So that's another episode of the Healing Series. Thank you for joining me. We're gonna have more talks like this. I feel like this is a
I actually spoke away. That ain't special service.
Yeah, it is special service. So we're gonna definitely have more conversations. I'm glad that you are open to have this conversation.
It's my life. It happened. I can't change it.
Somebody told me my life should be good. I think your life should be good.
When I tell y'all there's so much, I don't think it's enough episodes. You have to have your own ones. You do. I would love to appear because I think that'd be very healing for me. I've never been able to unpeel, just peel away things. And this, I'm very glad that you have me on here reading today because y'all got to hear this like that.
I tell you.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Yep. So with that, we're gonna end this episode. If you have not joined our community, make sure you go and join our community with Discord. You can join our Patreon community as well. Follow us and share this video on all social media platforms. Come and just show love. Communicate with us. Is there something you gonna for sure? If you have any questions about my mom's life, go ahead and reach out to us, and I'll share it with her, and we'll talk about it on our next episode. But this is going to be a series, guys. I didn't know it's a lot. So we're going to dive into it, and we're going to really have a beautiful conversation. So thank y'all for tuning in to 15 Minutes with Dad. Y'all take care. Love, peace, chick grease out.
Chick grease.
Yeah, brush straight chick grease. That's right.
And just like that, we've hit an end of another epic journey here at 15 Minutes with Dad. I'm your host, Lirec, and I am thrilled to have shared this time with you. But guess what? The conversation is far from over. Want to dive deeper into the Dadverse? Check out our website at 15minuteswithdad.com and join our vibrant community on Instagram, Discord, and TikTok for your daily dose of dad inspiration camaraderie. And here's something special. Subscribe to our newsletter at 15minuteswithdad.com for exclusive goodies and behind-the-scene peeks you won't find anywhere else. Got a burning question or a dad moment that made you proud? We're all ears. Submit your questions and share those special moments with us for a chance to be featured and shout out on our show. It's your time to shine in our dad community, so tap in with our Discord, and our server is at 15 Minutes with Dad. So tap in for that. Engage with the community, and you will be featured on our show. Each week we will do another feature, so join in. Love today's episode. Spread the love by sharing it with a friend and leaving us a review. Let's get the word out and grow our awesome dad family, because guess what? When you give us a review and you rate our podcast, you give everybody the chance to enjoy what you've enjoyed about this podcast as well. So mark your calendars, because new episodes drop every Thursday of the week. Ready for more heartwarming stories, laughs, and dad wisdom? We can't wait to have you back. But until next time, keep being the amazing dad you are. Every day is a new adventure, and every moment is special. Catch you on the next episode. Love, peace, and chicken grease.